fifth and final time to try to do a live tonight. We will be doing no more tries tonight. If this does not work, I don't have time to try this every 15, 20 minutes. Real life continues on. So let's see if we get any views in. I finally did a couple more changings back to my thing and push save. I did get a thumbs up this time and a cool edits. There you go, brother. It's actually working now. I've trying and trying. Hey, welcome A.T. Smith Customs Creations. I like that. So my channel was not working for the last hour and a half for doing lives. It was just dead. Tried. Welcome. You got the notification. So I did some experimenting on my channel to try to make it more customizable and people to search for it easier, and it actually ruined it. So I'm not doing that again. I'll just leave it how it is. Anyways, guys, thank you for coming to Desert Armory and More, where we talk about guns, we do shooting. Hey, welcome. We do, let's see, what else do we do? We do hikes. I just posted a whole bunch of hikes today. We do some cave stuff sometimes. We're going to do some hunting stuff, hopefully. Dove season starts today. You can hear shotguns boom, boom, boom around us, you know. So I'm going to hopefully do some dove hunting with my 20 gauge Weatherby. I think it's some number 4 steels. We'll see what that works. I didn't get the notification until an hour later. Well, I just started a 5th one right now. So I don't know, maybe you just got the one right now after I finally fixed everything back to how it was. Anyways, these are guns people requested last night. Unfortunately, they're probably not going to be on because I am literally 3 hours later than I normally start. I tried it at 6, didn't work. They also requested for a 357 Magnum, but that's in my van and the van's locked. Why so late? Unfortunately, YouTube did not let me do lives for some dumb reason. I had no alerts why. Appreciate it, Green Hood Smoke. I have no reason why they were not allowing me to do lives. I did 4 lives, tried to, and no views. Nobody came in. For 4 minutes, I did 4 at 4 minutes. Or sorry, 3 at 4 minutes and 1 at 2.5 minutes. Nobody came. Yep, yeah, they're messing with the subs. Yep. So I had 311 last night. Remember? When we signed off last night, I had 311. I went on less than 20 minutes later, it was down to 269. I lost 42 subs in less than 20 minutes. So who knows? No, they're not BB. I don't have a BB gun. I do have a pellet gun. That one, that's that beach color wood. That's a high power pellet gun. The only other notifications I got for try number 3, and I got an hour late. Yeah, it's dumb. Welcome, Sang Namja, for coming. And I'm sorry I cannot pronounce that language for your name, but welcome anyways. I'm doing great. How are you, sir? Or ma'am, I'm sorry, I do not know what your name is. I can't read that language, unfortunately. Hey, George, welcome. Double tap the screen, guys, if you like this type of stuff. Could someone post in the thing? Oh, that's fine. I'm sorry, brother. It's just how it is right now. But yeah, could someone post in the stream, like say, like and subscribe, or double tap the screen, folks, or something of the sort where I can put it and pin the comment? Anyways, if you got questions about whatever's here, this is our subscription counter that YouTube keeps messing with. We had 311 last night. We lost 42. No reason why. We literally lost 42 in less than 20 minutes. So I complained and I reported it. And I think that might be one of the reasons why they wouldn't let the lives work, because they don't like us complaining. And they don't like this type of content. So they're going to shut us down or cause us not to get our views. I know, right? So if you got any questions of what I'm showing around here, let me know. If you like this content, double tap the screen, like and subscribe. Thanks, George, for putting that. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you got any questions, let me know. Yeah, I'm sorry, Asane. That's just the way it is right now, unfortunately. It wasn't lack of trying. I just tried and tried. What is the single action? Sure. That one right there at the very top? Or you mean on the table? That's a single shot, I guess. Let's see. This single action here is a 45 Colt. I need to get my battery for my light. I think it died last night. It would help with the lighting here a little bit. But that is a 45 Colt. It's not a Colt brand. It would be a Cimarron. I haven't did any. I did a short on it. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but it gets no views. It's got like less than 100 views, and I posted a week ago or so. Guys, there's 39 of you in the chat. I appreciate you coming to Desert Armory and more. If you like this type of stuff, could you double tap the screen and subscribe? Unfortunately, YouTube does not like this type of stuff, and so they have been removing my subscriptions. Every night, I'll gain back what I lost. They'll take all them away, but one or two of them. Last night we had 311. Now we were down 42 subs. Regained some. Hey, thank you, whoever just did that. Thank you so much. 272. Every single cent inverted in the collection is totally worth it. Oh yeah. Oh, because I did that one short about tell me how you're broke. Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, there's some guns I don't really like a lot. That 10 millimeter Glock that's sitting on the counter, that's not my favorite. You just subbed. I appreciate it, King. Thank you for coming by. Mr. Barrel FPE, thank you for coming by. I haven't seen you either here. Blossom John, haven't seen you. How are you? I'm doing great, by the way, other than I'm a little sore. I just went on a 12.5-mile hike. I did some shorts about it if you want to see that. Of hiking. So I'm a little sore. I don't do that every day. So am I gonna buy a Deagle? Maybe one day. But how are you doing, Blossom John? I haven't seen you in here. Thank you for coming by. Like and subscribe if you could. Double tap that screen. In my opinion, Cimarron has the best quality control. They are one of the ones. I subbed you last week. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Thank you. I want some watermelon. Yeah, watermelon's pretty good. Where KAC? I'm not sure what that is, but Bill, I probably don't have it then, unfortunately. Welcome to the channel, by the way. Sorry, it's 3 hours later. We've been fighting with YouTube trying to get this live to work. And finally, the 5th try, it worked. Some juicy, fresh, dripping watermelon. Yeah, that stuff's pretty good. Night Armament Company. Let's see, Night Armament Company. I've heard that name. I don't have anything that's made by that. It sounds good. The best. Okay, what do they make? All sorts? Or are they mostly handguns? Are they 2011s mostly? Are they like, I don't think they'd be lever actions, obviously. What do they make? So I can kind of look them up. I screenshot it so I can look it up, by the way. Where HK? I do have an HK. Where's that one of the requests? Let me look on here. That was a Ryan S. asked if I could put an HK. I have a MP5 clone. Where's that Booker? So technically it's an HK because it does have HK parts in it, by the way. About half the parts inside are HK. Oh, I got to touch my screen here. YouTube, I'm only touching my screen. All right, here. I'm recovering from that incident. I will be okay in a few days. Thank you. That's good. SR-15, SR-30. I've heard of an SR-71. Blackhawk. Which is that plane. Also the SR-72. Star Knight or something? Starhawk? I forget. Was it called a Dark Star? I forget. 100%. No. I have some, thankfully, and so does my dog. Let's see. A couple weeks ago, I picked up a 1943 M1 carbine. Nice. By the Rock-Oly Jukebox Company. I didn't know they made them. I know they had the Postal, and they had like 3 others. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. Double tap the screen if you could. And this is our subscription counter. If you could leave a subscription, we'd appreciate it too. The guns on the counter is requests, except 3 of them aren't. Or is it 4? And there's one more I need to put up there sometime. I might have to end up doing it next time because at least one of them, because I lost my van keys, and that's where the one is because I was using it on Saturday. If you like lever actions, you could look over to the right here. We got 3 of them there, and I have like 4 more elsewhere. But those are Winchesters right there, all of them. 2 92s and 1 94. Excuse me, guys. My asthma's kind of kicking up here. It's a little stuffy in my room. Yep, tried to join all the past live tries, but it was weird not commenting. It was a bug. I know. If you like snipers, I got a 338 sniper in the corner. Pretty cool. I did a short on that on Saturday. But I don't have any of long shots with it. Sometime. Well, man, just stop by. Don't stress out for a bad streak, man. Wish you luck. Bye, my brother. Thanks, George. No worries. I know it's kind of pushing to everybody's like, Tahiti couldn't come then, Mango, because it's way past his time. At 4 o'clock is usually when I close for him, 4 a.m. Same with Mr. Bean. I don't think he's getting my notifications because he hasn't been on since the one night. I hop onto his. He's got pellet guns there in UK. He's got some decent ones, I think. Yeah, someone requested the AK, the AR, the MP5, the 1911, my CZ52, and my Colt. They also requested my single action Ruger, but unfortunately that is in my van. And I can't find my van keys, so. Let's see, guys. 12 of you in the chat. Welcome to Desert Armory and More. If this is your first time, I appreciate you coming by. If you like this type of stuff, like and subscribe. The likes are bugged too. I got 8 right now, it shows. 17 people in the chat now. I was not able to come on earlier because I had bugs with my lives. So I posted some shorts of me hiking today, 12.5 miles. So maybe you want to check those out as well. And yeah, we'd appreciate it if you could subscribe. Unfortunately, YouTube keeps messing with their subscriptions. I had 311 last night. They pulled 42 of them in less than 20 minutes. I have a Winchester 92 and 44. Nice. I have a Winchester 44 mag model 94. It's in my safe. Sometime I need to put it out here. I do take requests, by the way. If you want to see something, ask if I have it. And if I do, I'll try to put it on the counter if I'm able to. Half octagon, half round. So my 92, excuse me, the middle gun, my 92 that's chambered in 32-20, that is a full hexagon. And that single shot Stevens is half hexagon. That's the top one. The second one down is a model 92 in 25-20. And that third lever action down, second one from the bottom, is a 25-35. Hey, Everyday Carrie. Hey, good night, George. Yeah, EDC, I was finally able to get on. YouTube wasn't letting my lives work. I put them on and nobody would show up. Yes, everyone hit that like button, subscribe. We'd appreciate it if you like this stuff. Maybe you like my hiking side better, and I have shorts of me hiking. Just today, I went on a 12.5 mile hike. Maybe you want to see those shorts. I just posted a whole bunch of them. I'm hoping to do a photo reel, or what do you want to call it? So if you like that type of stuff too, I took my dog Skittles with me, and he went the whole 12.5 miles too. He's pooped, as you can see. He is a champ. I give you that. He's a good doggy. Good Skittles. He perked his head up, and his eyes went up. Yeah, he's my best dog I got. Friend-wise. Oh, hopefully my other dog didn't just hear that. She's going to scratch down the door and give me a bite in the butt. Oh, let's see here. half round barrel bottom. Nice. Yeah, I know these Winchesters, the mag goes all the way to the end as well. I don't remember if my 30-06 Rossi, sorry, a 30-30 Rossi, that's a 94 technically, even though they call it Rio Grande. I don't think it goes quite the full way. Yep, Skittles, good old Skittles. Hey, radio, yes, finally, right? Fifth is the charm. Fifth time is the charm. Oh, I tried 5 times to get on live. This one I started out, hey, this is the last one I'm going to do. If it doesn't work, I'm calling it a night. Yeah. Finally. But yeah, thank you all, guys, for coming by. And if you're new to the channel, I really appreciate you coming by. A lot of these are OGs, but some of them at the beginning just subscribed today. A fellow Arizonan. She's joined with, I think she's over there at Utah Dad sometimes. Anyway, she saw some of my hiking shorts I did today and commented on it, said she subbed, so I appreciate that. What did YouTube lie about? They keep taking my subscriptions away. I'll gain back what I lost. The next day it's gone, plus maybe 1 or 2. So like last night I was up to 311. Less than 20 minutes later, it went to 269. I lost 42 subs. Hey, there you are, Lisa. That's what I was talking about. Fellow Arizonian. Thank you. I have some pictures I want to do, but I'm unsure how to do a photo roll. Does anybody know how to do that? Where you put like piles of pictures as a live, where it like shifts through them like a slideshow. Maybe I have to make it and then upload it under like a video. Is that how you do it? I'm new to this loading up on YouTube stuff, but because I have piles of pictures of flowers, just the hiking trail, the beauty of everything. Dude, you were at 311. Yes, yep, I told you, EDC. That's what I ended at, 311. Woke up to, less than 20 minutes later, I went back on my channel to check it because they've been stealing them. Every night, I'll work up to a certain amount and I'll fall back. The next night, I'll work up to that same amount and fall back to 2 more than I did before. Last night, got up to 311. Less than 20 minutes later, lost 42 subscriptions. That would not be people unsubscribing. That is YouTube. How would a little old channel like me lose 42 subscriptions? No. Let's see. Ouch. Yeah, I was over 40, but now under. Oh, your subscriptions? Dude, man, that sucks. They did that with Mango Tahiti too. He had like he had 57 and was it 58? Excuse me. And it rolled back to like 51, but thankfully he already submitted all his info that he needed to get into the system. So I don't know if he would go lower than 50 after you already did the submission, what it would do. But he's going to be doing live shortly. He did a couple shorts the other day. Some interesting video formats of, I think it's Red Dead Redemption video game stuff or something, which I don't play that stuff. I don't even play video games. So, let's see here. But yeah, guys, 24 of you in the chat. Appreciate you coming by. These were requests on the counter here. Someone requested for the MP5. Someone requested for the 1911. 2 people did. Someone requested for the AR and the AK. Unfortunately, I was not able to do the 357 Magnum. It's locked in my van. I can't find the keys from when I did my Saturday shootout. But you can see shorts of that. And then someone requested for the 45 Colt, which is on there, as well as my CZ52, which is the Tuckeroff 762 by 25. So those requests people made. Let's see here. Can you hear me okay? For some reason, the chat's not moving. Could someone put a 1 in the chat? I might have to sign out and then pop back in again. It's probably them freezing up. I'll be right back. A couple seconds. All right, there we go. Now that I refreshed, I can see the 1. Okay, thank you. Before that, it wasn't coming up. Excuse me. But Yeah, but unfortunately, these people who requested this probably aren't on anymore unless they get the notification. So I feel bad because I try to, someone requests to see a certain gun. If I have it, I stick it on the table and then I can go up close to it, and they can admire it or whatever. But they're not here right now. So you see, yeah, I know what it is too. There's two of them. That one there and that one, right? Sorry, I need to put a light on over here. My battery died last night. I do like SIG. I do. Unfortunately, a whole bunch of those had issues. I think it was a certain batch that was bad, and wherever those went were bad. It's just that SIG's having a bad attitude about it, and they need to fess up. Yeah, that is a 365 macro. I carry that with me on hikes. Like I had that on today for the 12 and a half miles. It was on my side. I was ready to strap. I think one of them I put on carrying, hiking and carrying. Wink, wink. Or strapped or something. I forget. Yeah, I usually I hike with a gun because safety. I've met up with bears a few times. I've met up with a couple other animals. So yeah, it's a quality control problem. Yes, I think it is too, and that's why a certain amount didn't pass that, or somehow it fell through the cracks, and the tolerance issues causes them to fire, and they don't mesh well together. All right, YouTube, I'm touching my screen. I am not touching any guns. This is the screen. So, yeah, I've thought about making videos, but I've seen the issues the smaller creators are having with YouTube. Yes, like me. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to bear with it until we get high enough up that if we lose 42, it's not going to make us as ticked off. Because, I'm so low of subscribers compared to some people that started the same time as me. Every subscription I really appreciate. If I have low subscriptions, well, people might think, well, he doesn't have good content until they look through it and they're like, oh, wait, this guy's got awesome content. What's going on with this guy? At least that's what people say. So, yeah, it's YouTube. They don't like me. Let me get a fan in here. It's pretty hot. I'll be right back. Oh, wait, you wrote something. YouTube is the Iron Dome. We just keep sending stuff their way. It'll get through eventually. Yeah. Can I get off it? Get out. Get out. You keep sneaking up there. Don't do that. You know that, girl. All right, guys, got my fan. It's getting kind of warm in my room here with no airflow. I just caught my big dog, Canella, the German Shepherd, on top of the couch. She does not belong on the couch. Well, guys, if you're just joining the chat, this is Desert Armory and More. We talk about guns. I do hike shorts. I do gun stuff shorts. Shorts of all sorts of stuff. Some things of work I do shorts of. Let's see. We make requests. If someone wants to see a gun on the table that I have, I will do that for them if I have it. So last night we had a few requests. All's up there but my 357 Magnum because unfortunately I'm not able to get it. YouTube employees are hold out from the last minute, so if we hold out, that's true. Hopefully they get fired. Or laid off. Something, right? Yeah, we know. The DEI, isn't that what it's called? Yeah. Anyways, guys, maybe you want to see these up close. Maybe take my phone off the stand. Sorry for the jerking around. That's my big gulp. I'm sorry. I'm not going to share it with you. I also am not going to share any of these with you unless you want to come over. We can go ahead and shoot them. That type. And all that ammo, that's mine, folks. I'm sorry, you can't have that either. That's mine. Anyways, we got a few things here. We got an MP5 clone with HK parts inside. We got our EDC that we carry almost every day, right there. Between that and my 2.0 bodyguard. We've got the infamous M18. I know, but mine seems to be okay. I've done the tests. I don't carry that thing though. It stays in my safe unless I'm going shooting. Glock 10 mil. It's a 20. We've got a Cimarron 45 Colt. with the case hardened. We have the CZ52 in a 7.62 by 25. What is that? Tokarev. There we go. And someone requested also my 45, which is a A1. Do you got a G17? I do not. The only Glock I have is that one, the 20. I'm not a huge Glock guy. California, where I used to live. I'm from Arizona, moved to Cali for 12 years, came back. They only had 3 options for 10 millimeters. A 1911 that was chambered in 10 millimeter, a revolver, or the Glock, and the Glock was the cheapest. They have that handgun roster that's a pain, and so they don't allow everything in there. So, and then we got a Kalashnikov AK and my Delton AR-15. You're in Arizona, sweet. I'm down down south of Tucson off of 10. We got ourselves a Turkish Mauser, that real long one. Beside it is a 303 British. And welcome, Edit Man. I appreciate you stopping by my channel. We were having problems earlier, and YouTube wasn't allowing my lives to go out. Now they are. And that small one is a Mosin Nagant. That's a 43. The 303 is a 43, and the Mauser is a 1938 or 39. It's hard to read it. We got ourselves a sniper. Hey, what's up, brother? Welcome, Black. Thank you for joining. I do not do trades. Unfortunately, these are all mine. They are not for sale. 37 of you in the chat. I appreciate you coming by. What's my best gun? I haven't had anybody ask that question. I've had people ask what's my favorite. And so I usually divide them up into categories, as in like lever, shotgun, bolt, semi-automatic, or pistol, or revolver. But as in my best gun, value or price-wise, that's my most expensive. It's worth the most. My next would be, and it's in my safe, I have a double barrel 10 gauge Beretta Silverhawk from 1960. That's my second best one, as in value for rifles and that type. Pistol wise would actually be what's in that case. It's a 460 Smith & Wesson revolver. Of my semi-autos would be my TTI Canic. That one is the highest value that I own. I don't have that many semi-automatic rifles. So I have those two, and then I have an SKS over here in the corner. Of all of those, the Kalashnikov is the highest value. That was over 1K Buckaroo cheeseburgers. Yep. His best guy is his Sig Sauer Pete. Yep, that's my best one. Honestly, I like it. The design's cool. It's a little chunky maybe, but the trigger's not too bad. It's less chunky to me than the Glock. It's better in my hand. I don't shoot it much because, what was it? Oh, the red dot screws. Someone installed the wrong ones, and I thought it stripped out the threads in the slide, and I was like, oh crap. So I talked to a gunsmith about it. And he was like, well, let me take a look at it. He's like, you know what? I think it's just your screws. They put the wrong ones, so it's barely grabbing the threads. And it just like pulled the threads, but not in the slide. So he said, don't buy sight bolts. Go to Ace Hardware, and this is what you can do. Get the ones from Ace Hardware, get the right size, and it's cheaper, and you can get it right away. My brother has a lot of rifles. Nice. I do have a lot of rifles, and I do have a lot of handguns. I have a lot of double barrels. These are, we got a 10 gauge on the bottom, 3 12s, and a 16. We've got one in the corner that we just got a butt for. We got to find, let's see, 2 hammer trigger sets for it. And then there's another one that I need a forearm for. Then that one should be ready to go. I have one in parts here that I did a short of me working on. By the way, there's Skittles, the one that went on the hike with me. He's pooped. He went the whole 12 and a half too. Good for him, right? Right, Skittles. Skittles. Hello, Skittles. Like, leave me alone. Anyways, do you go hunting? We're planning on it. We've got a whitetail tag mid-November, and Arizona just started. Hey, thanks for the subscription, whoever did that. Appreciate it. Today was the first day for dove season in Arizona. Yeah, he's knocked out. I mean, I was just calling him. He's like, yeah, right. Um, so this actually is my first time I'm hunting deer. I've tried putting in tags before, never got anything, and we got a whitetail. So mid-November, we've got whitetail here in Arizona. I'm gonna bring my 30-30 and my 270. 30-30 for up close stuff, like maybe 200-300 yards. That would be a little iffy for a 30-30. I do have it sighted in for 350, which 350 I was hitting about a 6-inch circle, which 350 on a 30-30, that's actually pretty good, honestly, because they're not very accurate for distance. They're good for like 200 and under. So that'll be the brush gun. And then if we're out and about, not in the hills and taller trees and more like shrubs and grasses, then I'll take out the 270. So that's the plan. Excuse me. Let me take these earbuds off. All right, guys, can you still hear me okay? I think what was happening was running through my earbuds and it was probably super loud for you when I cough. It's just my asthma. And then dove just started today, so you could hear shotguns here and there going off. I'm probably going to do sometime before it closes. I'll be using my Weatherby 20 gauge I have. I've never done quail. My uncle used to. What ammo? Mine always drops just under 300. Yeah, I have multiple ammo, so I'll bring those up. Let's see. I have Federal. Most of the time I've used Federal 150 when I do a sighting in. But that's what I sighted it in with. 270 Federal Power Shock. I had 2 boxes of those. But I used them up sighting in, just having fun too, at 350. But I tried 4, but it kept falling. So I do have 1 box of 130, which I think would be pretty good. But what I'll probably be using in it is I have some Winchester Revolutions. I could either use those. Those are a little heavier though, but they're more aerodynamic. Those are 160s. But I also have 2 boxes of 170s. Those are Remington Corlocks, and I have 1 box of PowerPoint Winchester 170. So if I could find more boxes of the 130 weight, and since I'm doing whitetail, not mule, it should work. But I gotta find some more boxes. I got that at my local gun and pawn. I might have to just order it. Some 130s. I thought I bought. Where's that at? Oh, it's in my van. I have a whole bunch. What I'm actually going to use is actually American Whitetail. The Hornady American Whitetail. I got 3 boxes of those. Oh, here it is. I have 1 box sitting here. The other 2, I was going to sight it in on Saturday, but I didn't go. So this is what I'm going to sight it into. I was shooting 150s when I sighted it in at 350. We're going to use these for the 270 at least. The 30-30, let's see. The 30-30 I have is 160s is what I'm probably going to use. Revolutions. Hey, welcome. Good morning from Finland. Happy morning to you too. Most of the time I use old Remington Corlock. I don't have Corlock 270, but I have 2 boxes of Corlock 30-30. Those are heavy boys. Those are 170s. I'm going to probably use the Revolution, though. 30-30s, they're 160. So I'll probably sight that in with the 160s instead of 150s. They're more aerodynamic. And then, yeah, I need to sight in my 270 with these interlocks. So we'll try that. Welcome, by the way, Sarmo. I have not seen you in here, I don't believe. Thank you so much for coming in. If you like this type of stuff, double tap the screen, like and subscribe. My 30-30 loves 150 grain Federal Fusion. I don't have any. Welcome to chat, by the way, Rick. My fusions, the only fusion I have is I have 1 box of 270 Fusion that are full copper, because I used to live in Cali, so if I ever wanted to go hunting there, which I never did, they require copper only, or non-lead, I should say. And so, yeah, they're a pain to deal with in that respect. Because there's certain ammo they don't carry in full copper. So what do you do? Or non-copper, or whatever you want to call it, non-lead. Sorry. 30-30 is what I'm talking about. Okay. The other fusion I have is in the 30-06. I could bring my 30-06, but I feel that's a little too much for a whitetail. If I was doing Neil, I'd do my 30-06 or my 270. Everyone hit that double tap screen. Hey, Phoenix, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. Sorry it's so late, this one. YouTube was messing with me. Yeah, my 30-30 is, I have the Corlocks. I got 2 boxes of them. They're 170s. Corlock hollow point. They're for deer, elk, and piggy is what it shows on there. I'm not sure if you do an elk with 30-30. That's almost like, that would be like the minimum. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If you like this live, double tap your screen. Hey, I like that. Artsy fartsy. Thank you so much for showing up. 7 a.m. for you. Oh, that's all right. Sarmo, what's your PFP? I don't think I've ever seen you in here, Artsy fartsy. I screenshot that because I like it. Hey guys, thank you for that sub, whoever gave it. Thank you so much. I use them on coyotes. Okay, yeah, that would do something for a coyote. That big of a round? 170 on a coyote? Yeah, that would do it. Yeah, 100%. Yep, someone's floating those up. I would love to try out my 338 Lapua on a coyote. Wouldn't that be cool? I've seen people do it with the 500 Magnum. Remington Corlock, the deadliest mushroom in the woods. Yeah, so I have, of Remington Corlock, I have, let's see here, I have a 300 Savage, believe it or not. I did a short of it. I have 1 box of that. I have 2 30-30 boxes, and then I have some 25-20 Winchester Corlocks. They're from a long time ago. Let's see here. There's a Remington 44 mag, but that's not Corlocks. Remington Express. Those are for 10. I don't have a lot of Remington. There's some Remington 303. I got 1 box of that. I don't have a lot of Remington ammo. Anyways, perfect pick. Yeah, I know, right? Use that as a background. It's true what they say. Okay, I already read that one. Hey guys, there's 30 of you in the chat. I really appreciate you showing up. If you're new to the channel and you like this stuff, could you double tap that screen? And if you really like it, subscribe. Maybe you don't like gun content, but maybe you like hiking. I do hiking shorts as well. Maybe you want to see those. That would be great if you could like those and subscribe as well. Hey, whoever subscribed, thank you. We went up another one. I appreciate that so much. I'm finally past the one mark that YouTube always stops me at 274, where I always slide back to. Like gun content and hiking. Perfect. Hey, Cole, thank you for coming. If you like both, you're the one who made that subscription right there. Thank you, 277. Appreciate that. Yeah, no joke, Mr. Smith. A 30-30 would drop a coyote 1 shot. Yep. Gone. A wallop, and he's gone. But yeah, that'd be fun to try my... Hey, welcome, Anthony. Haven't seen you here. Thank you for stopping by Desert Armory and more. I was just saying it would be really neat to use my 338 Lapua on a coyote. See what that does. Maybe I should do a short of that, right? That'd be cool. Phoenix Coat of Arms, Finland. Okay, nice. Let's see here. If you like this type of stuff, as well as hunting, hiking, double tap that screen and subscribe. Thought on 4570 for home defense. Funny 500 grain subs. Don't know, brother. N1. I don't have a 4570. I would like to get one in a lever action and a trapdoor, but I haven't yet. Yes, that's what he said, Phoenix. He said he's from Finland. When he first came on, he said, "Greetings from Finland and good morning," or something like that. For him, it's morning. For us, it's night over here. Although, unless you're in, if you're in the East Coast, it would be past midnight over there, so it'd be the next day. They thump. I'm sure they do. My heaviest hitting gun would be my 338 Lapua. I do have a gun that shoots bigger ammo than that, but I'm still working on it. It's an old 5.77 Schneider, and it's an old black powder gun, so I put black powder or equivalent in the shell. I'm making the shell because the shells are pretty much obsolete, and if you can find them, they're just outrageously expensive. You're an AZ 45 easy to get. Yes, it is. Or the ammo, you mean? Probably. Yeah, the ammo's fairly easy. The guns themselves, yeah, they're easy to get. I just haven't saved up for them. I usually try to look on the interwebs on certain sites to find something that maybe is older and cheaper, but that rarely happens, older and cheaper. I'd love to get a model 94 or 92 that's older, but they're hard to find, like a early 1900s. What's cooking for Labor Day? Yeah, that was the question. What'd you all have? Welcome back, Black. If you're in the U.S., we celebrate this day called Labor Day that you don't work on, but unfortunately, I actually had a job today. Just for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Some plumbing issues and a roof leak that we're trying to figure out. You're still over there. Yeah, I moved out. I decided to move back to Arizona, where I'm from, spend time with mom and dad, spend time with grandmas, both grandmas before they pass, help them out when they need it if I can, give, show the love, give the support. By the way, as soon as we hit 40 minutes, I had like 30 people in here. YouTube throttle it to only 10. Thank you. Naughty guys. And we got 18 likes. 10 of you in the chat. Please double tap that screen if you like this stuff. Maybe you like this type of stuff a lot, so you want to subscribe. Or you don't. Maybe you like hiking instead. I have that stuff on my channel too. Guys, are you saying bad words? I can't even tell. Something of the sort. Unfortunately, I have circumstances that keep me here. Oh, on my channel or in California? Gotcha. Look, now we only have 5 people. There's YouTube throttling it down. We just had 30 before it hit 42. Before it hit 40 minutes. That's about where they start throttling it, or right in an hour. To me, that's cheating. That's being sly because you're stealing people's stuff. Yeah, because they don't want to. No bad words. You sure about that? They don't want you to succeed, so they throw it back. Now 7. Anyways, if you're new to the chat, Desert Armory More here. Thank you so much for showing up. I do requests. Yeah, family from Cali. Or to Cali. Okay. What's on the table were requests. So if there's something you would like to see, put it in the comments, and if I have it, I will write the name down on a paper and the item you want to see, and I'll stick it on the table. I usually put that stuff on the table, what people request. The only thing I was not able to put on there is my 357 mag because it's locked up in my van that I used for shooting the other day, and I can't find the key for that thing. They owe me money there anyways. I could go on my own to make business. There you go. I make my own business. Yes, that is a CZ52. Yep. Someone requested. They said, "Oh, do you have a CZ57?" I said, "No, I don't. I have a 52. It's a 1954 year. It's in very good shape. I enjoy shooting that. I did a short on it like 2 weeks ago. Very nice shooter. I hit almost everything on target at 52 yards. Sorry, 20 yards. I said 52 because that's what model it is. I've got that from Pawn Shop Special for a pretty good deal. It still has the original handles on it too, original mag. It's all original, except the spring. I had to change that out because it wasn't racking properly. It had some issues with that. Hey Phoenix, let's see, your Tiger, that's a tank. Oshfargrang, is that another tank? Looks like a long barrel Makarov. Almost, yeah. It has that little round there that looks similar to a SIG 357. That's what it reminds me of. It's longer but skinnier. Looks like a lumber. Okay, it's a good gun. Yeah, I hear they're pretty reliable. They're roller back delay like the MP5s are, like that. So it gives it kind of an interesting feel, just like that thing he does. That one, though, has HK parts in it. It's a clone, but it's HK parts. It was like that when I bought it. The guy already switched everything over, so that was nice. My screen shut off because I have to touch it every 10 minutes. Naughty, naughty. I tried to make the counter more, but it only goes to 10. All right. Thank you guys for subscribing, all you did. We gained a couple. The thing about collecting weapons is funny. Maybe. You like the 45. Okay, thank you. That is a Cimarron. I forget what it's modeled after. It's case hardened. I really like it. It has a really nice trigger. YouTube kicked you out. I know, right? Like Eric, Eddie the other day. That trigger on that thing is probably a 3-pound trigger, and I didn't do any tuning for it. And its tolerances are just really nice. I really like that. That is I would say probably my favorite revolver. Maybe one of my Colts, or I have some Colts that are some oddball rounds, a 32-20 and a 32 Smith & Wesson long. I had them out, I think, last feed and the one before, because they were requested for. But yeah, that trigger is so nice on that 45. It's probably 3 pounds, would be my guess. It is nice. It's funny because I had a friend who was shooting my first. Thanks for the subscription. Whoever just gave me that, thank you so much. I have a 9mm that is just really cheap. It shoots well, but it's a horrible trigger. It's an FMK. It's made by veterans here in California, in the States here, and it's a cool gun. Looks pretty neat. Looks a lot like a Glock, but the trigger's horrible. The click is like to reset the triggers like right before your finger gets off of it. It's bad, but other than that, it's pretty good in that respect. But my buddy was shooting that, and then he went over to this 45, and he's like, "Dude, man, this trigger's so soft." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I should have warned you that there's a huge difference, because that one is like the extreme of bad versus that Colt is like nice, like, you know, very nice." Yep. Oh, Skittles, what are you growing about? It's an MP5 clone. Welcome, Brian Marsh. Did you request for something? I had a Bob, a Steve, a Ian, a Ryan, and an Eddie. No, you did not. I don't think so. Maybe another time you might have. That is a MP5 clone with HK parts in it. I had 1911, made 1970. Nice. That was 278. Good content, an awesome collection. Thank you so much. You were thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. And Midgie T, welcome. The gun laws here in Australia are very severe. Yeah, just like Cali, where I used to live. It's very hard to get a new gun license. Cali was extra steps too. Hey, Chanson, I was able to get it. Finally. Could you Discord me or Instagram me maybe? Let's see. Hey, buddy, you're entered to my giveaway for free. Gonna give away some red dots soon. I already have them. No deadline date yet, but you're in good luck, bro. Okay, I really appreciate that, Chanson. I was on your channel earlier because YouTube wouldn't let me do any lives. Thank you for the subscription, whoever just gave it. And I was like, bummer. And then finally I said, okay, this is my last try, number 5. And it worked. Yeah, I know. The UK is the same way. We got some friends on here that subscribe on the other side of the pond, and all they can have is pellet guns. Can you have pellet guns in Australia at least? That would be nice. But yeah, thank you for coming by. If you like this stuff, subscribe. Maybe you were that 179. I appreciate it. Oh, no joke. Very funky. They're mean. They're like bullies. Yeah. I hate it. Especially with the little guy. He's trying his hardest, and when you dock 42 subs in less than 20 minutes, yeah, that hurts the little guy. I do. Let me show you here. Went shooting for my birthday with my cousin today. Shot 44 mag with 2 40 grain. 40 grains. That's pretty small. 40 grain, 44 mag. Let's see. I have some 44 mag here. Those are 240. Did you mean 240? Probably. I shoot that in my lever action. Yeah, 240. There you go. I have a Model 94. Mosin Nagant, I do. Or a Mauser. Mosin, yeah. So I have one right here. It's a 1943R in really good shape. I believe original numbers matching. The sling is a Russian sling, but it's from like 53. It's got a date on it. And then that's a 303 British beside it. I did a short on all three of these, shooting them on Saturday, by the way. And that's a Mauser, 8mm from 1938 or 39. And the 303 is from 43 as well. And then I have an SKS over here. I bought the bayonet separate because they didn't have it. Let's see here. Nice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a big hit for us. I know, right? It makes no sense. Beautiful rifles. Thank you. Yeah, that Mosin is actually the nicest military one I have. It had some cosmoline on it. You can kind of feel it tacky yet. So whoever had it must have just cleaned off the cosmoline and stored it the whole time because it's in good shape. It was brought in by, let's see, TG Knoxville, Tennessee. It's an M38, so it's the carbine, which is worth more. Is there such a thing as a highly powered BB handgun? I don't know about BB. They make high power pellet guns that are handheld. That can shoot around steel balls velocity of 500 meters per second. What would buy... excuse me. I don't know what 500 meters per second would be in feet per second, unfortunately. Here in the U.S., we go feet per second, so I'm not sure what that would equivalent to know if we have something of the sort here. I know my local Cal Ranch that sells guns. They also have pellet guns, and they have a pistol pellet gun that a butt can slide on it. But you can use it as a pistol as well. That one goes, I think it's like, what is it? It's close to 1,000 feet per second, which is pretty fast for a pellet pistol. I love most since I collect them. Nice. As a semi-auto BB. I don't know. As a semi-auto BB, I've only shot 2, I think, semi-auto BB guns. That's powerful? I don't know. I have no idea what... That's powerful here. At like 1,200 feet per second. Like, I have a pellet gun in the corner here. That blonde-looking one, that's a high-end pellet gun. It's called a PCP. It has its own tank built in, and you pressurize it to like 4,200 psi. That's a 25 caliber. Hey, thanks for the subscription you ever just gave it. Appreciate it. And it gets those squirrels, like, you can hear it. Thunk. Goodbye, squirrel. No squirrel. Yeah, the CO2, you're right. They're getting better. They're also getting better on how to seal them off better. So often with the CO2s, the O-rings would go out like within a year, maybe 2. And so you're like, well, I would like to get one, but if the seals go out in a couple years, which they make those in BB or pellet, little pistols, it's just not going to work. But, oh, you're welcome. I'm trying to think if I can help any more. Like, obviously, we have a different market than you because we're the U.S., so we have less restrictions. Like, we even have, which maybe you do too, full auto BB guns and pellet guns. I don't know about pellet guns. Definitely BB guns. We have full auto BB guns, full auto airsoft. I think they even have full auto paint guns because they're not considered firearms. They're considered not a toy. It's like a gray area. It's like an in-between. Which I suppose you can get pellet guns there, just like in UK. But, I mean, they make pellet guns. I had a 30 caliber pellet gun that had issues, so I took it back and got that one instead. It was a bullpup 30 caliber. It sounded like a 22 going off, if not louder. You only can get slingshots, yeah. And boomerangs. And supposedly that could take down a coyote. I don't think this 25 could, maybe, because it goes 1,200 feet per second. And a 22, an actual 22 LR, goes 1,200 most of the time. I think, let me see if what my box of normal 22s say feet per second is. Well, yeah, that's about what these are. They're 1,280. So that's about what my 25 caliber air rifle goes. It might be able to take it down, a coyote, but I know it can take, 30 could take down a coyote, the one I used to have. It was a bullpup, and when it would go off, it would puff the air right in your eyeball. It's like, we can't have that. Okay, A.T. Smith, actually, California has been restricting, excuse me, slingshots for a while, as in you can't have them shipped to California. I know that for a fact because I've tried multiple times to ship out a slingshot to California through different sites, Amazon, eBay, and others. That one time I bought one from eBay and they canceled the order and said, sorry, because of eBay regulations to California, we can't send you a slingshot. And they reimbursed me. And I'm like, what? But yet you can buy on eBay and Amazon pellet guns, which is more dangerous, allegedly, than a slingshot. You can get those on Amazon or eBay and have them sent to your house, a pellet gun, or somewhere else, like pellet gun stores online. But yeah, the California restriction of slingshot, that's maybe they made more restrictions than what I knew. But that definitely, some of that was already in place. So, hey, we're at 280. Thank you, whoever did that subscription. Appreciate it. Yeah, 1,200 feet's not bad for a 25 caliber. That's pretty quick. I remember when 22 caliber pellet guns came out. My grandpa had one. It was a 10 pump. Or maybe it was a 15. I forget. It only went like 980. It was pretty slow. I know that you could get one at Walmart. Yes, you could buy them, but you couldn't get them shipped into California. Now, I had some friends who had some high-end slingshots with those adjustable pins, almost like a bow. I don't know where they got those, but those things, they were good with them. They'd aim at like cups at 40 yards and shoot them right, a hole right through with a slingshot with like a steel ball. I was like, wow, you need to do some quail hunting with them things. Or dove or something. Let's see here. Until January. So they're going to quit. So you can't, probably because they couldn't get them into the state anymore. I didn't finish reading the sentence. Dude, where are you going to get them then? Because you can't get them shipped in either. Big Five, maybe? Sportsman's Warehouse. They're in Cali. Northern Fresno's got a Sportsman's Warehouse. I've been to that many a time. Got a lot of used guns there. Then they changed Fresno County's laws. There you go. Just like we do the ammo, right? Allegedly. Or you get it shipped to your parents in Arizona when you live there, allegedly. When they bring it over, allegedly. I'd be most likely to be happy if they could change the gun laws. I know. Of course. Yeah, allegedly, huh? See, that's the thing. UK wants us to be just like them. The other day, they were trying to say some stuff about gun control and stuff. And we're like, get out of our hair. You have violence still, and it does nothing. When you took the guns away, all they did is use other stuff that they normally didn't use because they had something better. Now they're the knives. Well, they're trying to ban knives now in UK. Now, I know certain states have blade length restrictions and all that. But in UK, they're trying to ban knives now even. It's like, the bad guys are still going to get them. They're still going to get their stuff. There's still going to be crimes. And then, yeah, Australia. Yeah, I hear it's pretty hard to get stuff there, too. On that side of the pond. Dan. I feel for you guys. It's like, I know what a little bit of that feels like when I lived in Cali. A. Smith knows about that. That whole roster laws and all that. And the ban with the mags. And the Martin Branch really stuffed everything up. Is that your, what do you call it? Kind of like your president? What do you call that? It's like what Canada has. What Trudeau was. It's not a president. What is that? I forget. 30/30 is 50 a box where I'm at. Ooh, yeah. Then you have to pay the 11% tax too, right? Plus the city tax. So don't forget to add 20% on top of that 50, by the way. So you're going to be paying $60, by the way, brother. Don't forget that, unless you're already adding that. I can get it cheaper than that. Because my local gun and pawn, I can get 30/30 cheaper than that. I think I get it for 30-something bucks, maybe 40, 42, something like that. They have all sorts of ammo. They have oddball, hard to find stuff. So I searched through some of that stuff because I have some guns that shoot some oddball stuff. They have 9mm. What is it? 1,000 rounds of it for like one. How much was 1,000 rounds for? It was under 200. It was like 130 or something. 125. Dude. Let me guess, Cabela's. I've done that. I'll visit my sister. Sorry, guys, got a tickle. When I lived in Cali, I'll visit my sister in Northern California, and I'll go through the northern route through Shields. Oh, I forgot they had those. The northern route through Nevada, Sparks, Nevada, right before Sparks, if you're heading north, there's a Cabela's. And so sometimes I'll bring my guns to my sister's place, and we'll do a little shootout. And on the way back, I'll load back up in Nevada. Hey, welcome, Southwest Virginia. How's it going? Vester661. I don't think I've seen you in my channel. Appreciate you coming by. Double tap that screen if you like this type of stuff. If you like this stuff a lot, it'd be nice if you could subscribe. YouTube keeps messing with our subscriptions, and we keep losing them. I had 311 last night when we signed off. Less than 20 minutes later, they took 42 away just like that. Less than 20 minutes later, sorry. They took 42 away. They did that the night before. They took 13 away. The night before that, they took 14 away. So I've been hovering at 274 for the last 4 days, even though I've been getting, if you'd add all up what I got, I should be at like 400 and something now. That's my area. I actually work in Sparks. Really? Yeah, just down the road. You know then where Cabela's is. It's a little ways from, probably 15 minutes from actual Sparks. Just ran across you. Just subscribed. Thank you. Is that where the 281 came from? I really appreciate that. But yeah, if you don't like gun content stuff, I do hiking stuff as well. I just posted from a 12.5-mile hike I did today. So maybe you want to look at that stuff too. And then I take requests. So if you want a certain gun on the table, ask if I have it. And if I do, I'll put it on the table for next visit when you come by. Yes, on Highway 80. Yes, it is. Oh, he stuffed up the gun laws. I was thinking it was your prime minister. That's the word I was looking for, not president. I knew it was a P if he was your prime minister. But yeah, if there's something you would like to see, like all these guns on the counter, a lot of them, people requested. People requested my MP5 clone. 2 people requested 1911. 1 person requested my CZ M52. 1 person requested the 45 Colt. Another person requested my 357 Magnum. Unfortunately, I don't have that with me. It's locked up. And then we have guns in there. We got a sniper here. We've got some lever actions there. I have more lever actions. That's a 410 shotgun on the bottom. Ivor Johnson. We've got a whole bunch of double barrels here. I love double barrels. I fix them. I'll get them messed up. Like that bottom 10 gauge I'm still working on. There's 2 shotguns in there that one needs a forearm grip, and I need to fix the lockup action just a little bit. It'll be great. The other one's missing a butt, and I found a butt on eBay. Just ordered it. Should come in a couple days. I still need to get the hammers and the spring set. It's a weird brand, so it's kind of hard to find. And then we're in the process of fixing one down here. There's a barrel of one here and a butt. All the other stuff's in that bag. I'm slowly repairing that one. I have a short of me taking it apart and doing welding and stuff on it. Because the lockup was bad. The hammers, because they're exposed hammers, were loose. Hey, Magi, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. And thank you for the sub. I think Sarmo sub too. Thank you. And I know Vester just said he did. And Magi, you're heading off. We put anyways. So I figure you're going like, anyways, bye, or something like that. So see ya. Magi, the message you have to push in: the criminals don't care that it's illegal and people need to protect them. I know, right? The bad guys always find a way. Thanks for the subscription, by the way. Someone just gave me another one. It's the same way when you're a child. Say your mom says you can't dig into the cookies. A restriction of some sort. Guess what? You will try to find some way to get a cookie and make it so that they don't know it. You'll try all sorts of ways. Or they'll say, don't do this thing, and you do it, but on the sly so much that it's kind of hard to do it because there's so many restrictions, but you're able to do it, whatever it is. It's just like that. That's exactly how the criminals are. They always find a way because there's crooked governments, there's crooked leaders, politicians, whatever. They'll find them. Yeah. I mean, yeah, because we're not criminals. We're the law-abiding citizen, and we're able to figure out how to get certain stuff in certain areas. And we just are living normal if a state restricts something. We'll just say that. Anyways. Six of you in the chat, thank you so much for coming by. This is Desert Armory and More. If you're new to the channel, we really appreciate you stopping by. We make this type of content. We try to do it every day. We almost weren't able to do a live tonight. YouTube was messing with us. Wouldn't let the notifications go out. Nobody even showed up. It just showed 0 for 4 minutes. I tried it 5 times. This is the 5th time I tried to do a live today. I started at 6 all the way till 9. Finally at 9 o'clock, it actually worked. The first short or live I did was like 2.5 minutes. Nobody showed up. The other 2 I tried for over 4 minutes. Nobody showed up. And then finally I was like, this is my last try, guys, and it worked. I unfortunately have to go. I have work in the morning. Have a good night. Yeah, I do too myself, but obviously you're later than I am. Or no, you're about the same. Yeah, you would be the same right now. Second Amendment. Yeah, 2A is the way, as who says that? Is it Everyday Carrier? Can't remember. Thank you for coming by, H.E. Smith, showing the support to the channel. Appreciate it. I'm glad I was able to get on for a little bit at least. As long as we do not go out and commit a crime. As a law-abiding citizen? Because if we do, we'll get in trouble, but the bad guy gets a slap on the hand or nothing, right? He still finds a way. Yeah, it's sad. So this long hike that I went on today, that was 12.5 miles, this little doggy went with me. His name's Skittles. He is pooped. That's the longest hike he's ever been on with me. He's done like 8.5. Last time we did about an 8.5 hike. It was a lot of the same hike, but we went even farther up to the very top of the peak. And I did some shorts of it if you wanted to see that. I'm going to do some picture rolls too. I know. Yeah, it makes you wonder when WW3 is going to come by, right? Or some Silver WAR, right? Uh-huh. It seems like at times it's around the corner, but now it feels like it's farther away just because of the U.S. has someone that's a little bit better than what was there before. Not a little bit, a lot better. I don't agree with everything, but I agree with most. And he's most of the time he's standing by his word. Yep, amen. Yes, 100%. It is turning our country around for the good. Maybe not the way we'd like it or as fast as we'd like it, but it is working and it is helping. It is helping. There was so much bad. It's going to take time. There was so much that was just rolled over, that was overlooked, that was just steamrolled, whatever you want to take. Yep, all good things take time. You have a nice collection of firearms. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been collecting, I think my first registerable firearm I got when I was 18. It was a 22 Savage bolt action Mark II. I just did a short of it on Saturday. I mentioned, why would I bring this? And then I tell a little story why it's special to me. That was my first one. That was when I was 18, and I'm 35 now. So in 3 years, I'll have that 20 years. So I've had it 17 years. It's a nice little gun. It always shoots great. I've gotten a lot of squirrels with that thing. I shot at a coyote with it. Chased after it, but I couldn't find it. I followed its blood trail for a while. But anyways, very good gun. Welcome back, Phoenix. How you doing, by the way? I haven't seen you in here in a while. I'm glad you came back. Yes, I do. Oh, give me a little bit. So let me take out the stand. So I have 3 of them right here. Or sorry, 2 of them. The third one technically is not World War II. That one is actually pre-World War II. It's the 1939, 1938 Mauser in the 8mm. Well, technically it's the 7.92. Then this is World War II. It's a 303 British. What do they call that one? Number 4 Mark 1, or is it a Mark 4 number 1? I get them mixed up all the time. And then this one right here is a, sorry, my finger's in the way of the mic, Mosin Nagant. It's a 43R, and then that one's a 43 as well. Those are the 2 I have that actually are. Jerome, I have my volume down so I won't hear what you say. Okay, I'm waiting for school to start. Okay, it starts in 7 minutes. Well, thanks for coming by. Back for a little bit. Just don't get in trouble because of me. And then we have an SKS here. I honestly don't know when those are made. You have a Mosin. Great. Mine's kind of a special one. It's a more rare one. That's a carbine, they call it. I believe it is the lighting's a little low, so an M38 Russian. It was imported to TG Knoxville, Tennessee. You're saying some French or some Finnish to him again? I have a lot of guns that were made during that time, but they weren't like World War II. Well, actually, all these would have been before World War II. Some of them would have been during World War I, but they weren't used in war. Like these double barrel actions, a lot of those, they were like from here down, all of those are pre-1899. And then this Schneider here, 5.57 Schneider, it's an Enfield that was made in 1870s, I think. I don't remember when SKSs are made, honestly. I got to look that up. I need to find what year that is. Yes, I love lever actions. I've got a lever action 10 gauge that I did a short of, but unfortunately I didn't realize the firing pins broke on it, and I don't think the people who sold it to me knew that either. Hey, Brookside, thanks for showing up. I'm sorry it's later than normal. YouTube finally opened the door for me to actually do a live tonight, the 5th try. And then I also have a lever action that I did a short on Saturday. Savage Model 99, chambered in 300 Savage. God's good all the time, Brookside. That's who's good. That's what's good. Yes, I would like a 4570 someday, too. Yes, y'all, please double tap that screen, like, comment. We would appreciate that. If you're new to the chat, we appreciate you coming by. Thank you so much for showing up. Let's see here. What else do I have a lever? I have a 3030. It's a Rossi. It's in the gun safe. I had it out here the other night. Someone requested for it. Last night, yeah. They requested for it the night before, so I brought it out. Got that right. Amen, brother. Jerome, what do you like for 22 ammo? To tell you the truth, I'm kind of a cheap scapegoat when it comes to that. I normally get either these 333s when they're on sale at my local cow ranch. Or sometimes they'll have the bigger box, the 555. I do have a variety of oddball. Let's see, I have a box of those smaller boxes of the Stingers. 2 old boxes of Remingtons that came with a used gun I bought. Then I have some Federal Auto Mark or Auto Match. And then when it comes to these thingies, I'm able to find these CBs or the shorts used at my local gun and pawn. They're kind of hard to find, these things. They don't really make them anymore. The CBs or the 22 shorts. Never tried a Winchester. Really? You never tried Winchester, the white boxes? You've got a Winchester 1895 year or model? I have a Winchester that's that year. It's considered an antique, so I can get it shipped to my house. I ended up just picking it up, so I didn't have to pay the shipping. He was down the road from me. 1895 model. Okay. Mine's, I have 2 94s. Sorry, that's a 92. This is a 92. That's a 94. And then my Rossi that's in here is technically a Model 94. Yes, CCI are very good, especially in semi-auto pistols. If you get, especially, there's some pistols, they don't rack very well unless you use the mini mags, sorry, which are CCI. But those CCIs are for my single shot antique gun that's made by Stevens. I did a short Saturday and like 2 Saturdays before too. I usually get CCI and Maxi Mag. Yeah, those are good. Definitely good for pistols. Remington Thunderbolts. I've used those in the past, but I like testing other stuff. Yeah, maybe try out some of those. They come on sale at my local Cal Ranch fairly often. The 555 or the 333 boxes. Growing up, we would get CCI in these, but they weren't 22 CBs. They were regulars, like LRs, you know. Or we would get, they used to carry like a little milk crate. You know those little milk crates they make that's creamers in about this big? You open the top and then twist, you know, pull the mouth thing. Teeny little milk looking thing. They used to carry 22 bullets in those. I think those were Federals, but I'm not 100% sure. We used to get those too. I think it was a box of like 250 or 222 or something. But most of the time, honestly, like I even have a box of Federal back there that was like a box of 800 of them. And last Christmas, I had my nephews here and we went through almost all of them. I probably have maybe 150 rounds left from the 800. We had a big shootout with 22s and rifles and pistols because I got a lot of stuff. And so they enjoy shooting it. Like my nephew even shot my 338 Lapua and he was 13 at the time. It's actually very comfortable to shoot that thing. But we were talking about trying to call in a coyote and shooting it with that thing. We were just mentioning that earlier in the chat. I'm just touching the screen, YouTube. What it would do. I've seen people use 50 cal on a coyote. And that's very eventful. Let's see here. What else I got? I have some... Oh, those are 22 Magnums, CCIs. I got those in Remingtons, Federals, Hornady, and CCI. Winchester, let's see, 22 mags. What is that box? Well, those are Tekarovs. And then I have one little box. I don't remember where I got this. I think it came with one of my 22s I bought. This brand here, Arms Core. It's 22 mag, I guess. But it's an oddball box. It's an old box. I guess that's 22 mag, though. Just noticed it said that. Underrated? It is. I've had some people argue, if you look at the ballistics, it's not quite true. That a 22 Magnum is actually more powerful than a 5.7. Now, that depends on what load you're using. There is some 5.7s that are low, but that would be lower than the 22 Mag's higher power ones. So it depends what you're comparing it to. If you get the highest power 22 Mag, it is not as powerful as the 5.7's highest power. They were saying, well, on paper and ballistics, people's tested, blah, 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 it's better. Depends how you're comparing it. For one was made for speed and penetration. One was made more for like a knockdown varmint. So they're for different purposes. So you're like comparing apples or oranges with limes or something. Ruger Wrangler, it's a good plinker. Yeah, my mom and dad have one. It's actually my uncle's, but he's like, you guys need a pistol for shooting snakes. Mom's like, well, I got a 22. But it's a Ruger with a scope on it and everything. He's like, you can't do that up close. She's like, well, I don't really want to shoot a pistol. It's just a 22. It's her brother. And so, yeah, they have a Wrangler. I think it's the one that's kind of like a goldish gray color. Yeah, Ruger Wrangler. What it is, you know why they made the Ruger Wrangler? So, the only 22 revolver that Ruger had was the single 6 or super 6 they call it, and it's like $500 on a good day. Well, then here comes Heritage Rough Rider, which I have, You can buy one of those on sale during after Thanksgiving for 100 buckaroos. And then if you pay a little bit more, you can get the 22 mag interchange, which I did too. Um, so they were like, well, what do we do? What are we going to do? You know, this Rough Rider heritage is stealing our customers. So Ruger came out with a plan to make one that's a little bit more than a heritage, but a better build. And yes, it is a better build. It's still a cast aluminum with a steel barrel, because it's not like a Super 6. I mean, it's not full steel like that. It would have aluminum frame like the Heritage Rough Rider, but a steel barrel, obviously. And that's why they made the Ruger Wrangler, because the Rough Rider was stealing their competition. They were their competition, and they were stealing it. I mean, if you can get one of those and they're actually half decent, I have one. Yeah, you like yours, but it has given me some issues. I want a Wrangler sometime. Okay, yeah. Mine has been great. The only thing mine has had problem with, you can't dry fire them. I dry fired mine when I had the 22 mag in there, cylinder, and it messed it up where the bullet slides in. So I had to run a diamond file down them and fix them. Other than that, they're great. One thing I don't like, Wrangler, it didn't come with the mag cylinder. Do they have an interchange for that one? I know they did for the Ruger 6. You could get it. Can you get it for that one? The Wrangler? If you could, well, that'd be pretty neat. I think they come on sale a lot of times for about $189. So if you want to pay $189 cheeseburgers instead of $100 for a better quality, well-known brand, you might as well buy it if you want that. Obviously, it's not as good as the 500 cheeseburger one, but yeah. I don't know why they made it very or extremely hard to get a handgun here. Some states here, like Arizona, super easy. California, you have to be 21, and you have to, well, any firearm, you got to go through a firearm safety course test. And if you want to do hunting, you got to go through an online course. Mine has timing issues. Okay, mine's never had any timing issues. I mean, I have, in total, I probably have like 1,000 rounds through it. I bought it, when did I buy that? Probably 4 years ago at a gun store. I don't even remember where I got that thing. Someplace. Yeah, it's one of those things too, since it's so cheap, if it has an issue like that, and if you go to take it to a gunsmith, it's like, is it worth doing it? Now, is it a timing issue with the paw, I wonder, or the cylinder? If it's the cylinder, well, you can find a new cylinder on eBay. So you could always try that. Or if you have a buddy that has a Rough Rider, change the cylinders and see if it still has the same problem. Mine's really beat up, though. I've got my money out of it. Yeah, see, that's the thing. By the time they wear out and get beat up, you got their money worth. If you lose it or it gets all rusty, you're only losing 100 cheeseburgers. That's the cool thing about it, too. I really want to get I think it's called the Rancher. That's a revolver with a long barrel and a butt on it. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see here. I'm not sure on all the terminology, but whatever locks cylinder in place on bottom won't release and bind. Oh, so it probably has a burr on it. So it got stuck down or up. I could understand down because they can get a burr on it when that thing rolls over. It could get a burr on it and then it'll hold down. So you'd have to dismantle it, and because it's a lower quality. Stuck up. Okay. The revolver here, you want to get a closer look? The revolver here, which I have a lot of them, I only have one on the counter, is a Cimarron 45 Colt. That trigger's about a 3-pound trigger from factory. Cimarron Colt 45. It's case hardened. I really like that revolver. It's my favorite revolver, I'd say. My next would be my 460 Smith & Wesson. That'd probably be my next. And then my 2 Colts that are oddball rounds. If it was a Colt 45, well, I'd say that one's my favorite, but I don't have one of those. Like Cold Army. Ooh, those are expensive. Gun that run the West. Thanks. Yeah, I really like that one. I've had that one about 4 years as well, maybe 5. I have to remove cylinder pin and release it down manually to get it to work again. Cylinder pin, like to remove the whole cylinder out, that little rod that the cylinder spins on. And it's stuck up. That sounds like something with the mechanisms inside of the. Yeah. Maybe a little pin sheared or something. I missed my SW41 mag. Yeah, those 41 mags are interesting. I have it. No, they are not airsoft. They're all real. Welcome to the channel, by the way. Icy channel. That's an interesting way to say icy. I like that, by the way. Thank you for stopping by. If you like the stuff, double tap the screen and subscribe. If you don't like guns, but maybe like hiking or exploring, I do that on my channel too. So maybe you like that stuff, and you could subscribe. Yes, sir, the cylinder binds, and that's the only way to move. That's a dumb deal. Yeah, I should take a look at mine and see how mine works. I mean, I haven't had that problem. I've had about 1,000 rounds through it, and I always keep it in a holstered case. Like I found a holster in a belt that holds 22 mags, and so I always keep the 22 mag bullets in there. But I have. Are you talking something like this, Vester? This is a 41. Is that what you're talking about? This is an old bullet. Now they still make 41s, like a 41 Colt, like that 45 there. Is that what you're talking about? Although I don't think this is a mag though, it's just a 41. Yeah, this isn't a 41 mag. This, I don't believe so. They did make a 44 Magnum, obviously. They also made a 45 Magnum, but they were very, very uncommon, and they did not take off. And then they made the Auto Mag, the 44 Auto Mag, I think it's called. So yeah, 41 Magnum. Like I said, this is a 41, but it's like a 41 Colt. Like they wanted to see if they could get a gun that was less recoil than a 45 Colt, which is like nothing, honestly. It's like a 9mm if you're running cowboy loads in. It's less than a 9. My nephew shoots that with a bear load in it, hard cast. Now I will not put my highest hard cast in there for him, or one that I would never shoot in there. It'd blow the gun up. It's a double tap with 1,000 foot-pounds of energy. That'd blow that gun up. I have shot one though that's 941 foot-pounds of energy in there. I was afraid the thing was going to blow, so I just run most of the time those in my 460. I've never heard of a 41 Magnum. Never, me neither. Like I said, I've heard of the 41s, and I found a shell in a box of old stuff. Sorry, my nails need trimmed, and that one got bumped months ago. Yeah, that sounds really neat. I just screenshot that, which you might have heard that. I don't know if it goes through or not. I'll look that up sometime. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, this one's by WC Cartridge Company. W Cartridge Company. Winchester, probably. And it says 41 LDA. Yeah, there's this guy at the swap meet that does ammo, and he has a bin of all this old stuff that I dug through so I could add it to my collection of ammo on my shelf. Oddball stuff. I didn't even know about 41 in general. Learn something new every day. Yeah. I didn't really know either until I started looking up guns, and then I know someone who works in Tombstone near me, Tombstone, Arizona. He's one of the reenactor marshals for the skits they do. He carries around 41 Colts, so it'll look like a 45. It's a Smith & Wesson Model 51, 41 Magnum. Why is that like almost ringing a bell like I did hear of it one time? I bet you I saw it one time and saved it in Gunbroker just because I was like, or screenshot it and said, wow, that's cool. Probably. So that was probably the same idea. They didn't want a 44 Magnum. And so they're like, oh, let's make a 41. That's why a 40 came out, by the way, a Smith & Wesson 40. That's why that came out, because they wanted more knockdown power than a 9, but the ladies couldn't handle a 45 ACP, so they came out with the 40. At least that's what I've heard. Allegedly. As J-Dog says, allegedly. Yeah, I got all sorts of different rounds up here. Some I have, some I don't. Like, there was one I saw the other day. What was this booger? That's not it. This one here's weird. They made it in a lever and a rifle. A 38-40. It's kind of weird. Neck down. So it's a 38 caliber, I guess? Looks bigger than that, though. Let's see, another weird one I have over here. A 22 Hornet's kind of weird. What are these two? Here we go. This one's weird. A 32 Remington. You ever heard of that? They didn't make that many. And then here's... I want to get a lever action that shoots these. A 32 Special. That'd be nice. 40 is neat. It's kind of like 10 mil short. Correct. That's technically what it is. It's the idea of a 357 Magnum versus a 38 Special. It's the same thing. Now, you can shoot 40s in a 10 most of the time. The problem is all the stress is put on the extractor. Because the headset of the case is too short. It doesn't rest on the inside of the barrel. So it doesn't always work for all of them. I have not tried it in my 10 millimeter here. I do have two 40s that a guy gave me in an old gun case. He gave me an old safe, and there was two floating around there. So you'd have to change the barrel out. Have you messed with 17 HMR or 22 TCM? I do not have 22 TCM. There is a 45, a 1911 looking one at my local gun and pawn. I forget who makes that one. They're pretty neat looking. They're kind of hard to find ammo for. I have messed with the 17 HMR. I have a CZ 40. What is that? It's a CZ 425. It's a 400 series where you can change the barrel out and put a 22 Magnum barrel in it, and it'll work perfectly fine. It's a bolt action. Never tried either. But both piqued my interest. Yeah, the TCM has piqued my interest. I always wanted a 17, and I wanted a good one, which one of the better ones is CZ, but they always cost about $600, $580, somewhere around there. But I bid on one on GB, and it was one of those deals that fell through the cracks, and no one else bid on it, and I got it for just over 400 cheeseburgers. It was a steal, and it hardly has a scratch on it. I think he said he only put like 10 rounds through it, if that. Came with the original box. I just had to pay for shipping and the FFL fees to put into my name, because I had it shipped from GB. Gun bleep broker. But yeah, I've used it. Let's see, I need to find a scope for it yet. I want to probably get either a Sweet 17 for it, which is a BSA, or probably a Vortex, which is what I normally get. I'll probably get like a Strike Fire or something like that, just lower end. I have Strike Fires on my 22 that I shot on a short on Saturday, the 1022 with the plastic stock. I have one with the wood, which I didn't post anything. And then that pellet gun over there that has the blonde wood on it, that one in the corner there, it has a Vortex crossfire on it. Let's see here. 5 of you in the chat. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you're new, we appreciate even more for stopping by. If you like this type of content, double tap the screen. If there's something you'd like to see on the table, mention it. I might have it, and we'll stick it on the table for next time when you come by. Those ones on the counter, most of those were requested for last time. But unfortunately, they weren't able to make it because my live started so late due to YouTube's issues. What's your favorite handgun or carbine cartridge? Technically, I have a couple carbines. I have two 22s that are carbines. And I guess that lever action 25-35 is a carbine as well. It's got the saddle ring on it on the other side. And then I have that Mosin Nagant here. That's a carbine. And then I have 222s that are carbines, or 1022s. My 17 HMR is a really long one. That's not a carbine. Favorite handgun. Handgun as in revolvers too? I'm not sure. That's just always so hard for me to answer that question. I mean, I think that cartridge is pretty neat in that lever action carbine over there. My 30-30 is kind of in between the length of those two. It's not a full length and it's not a carbine. I guess you call it a regular. Honestly, I do not know. See, I don't own like an M1 carbine. I would like to get one. My local gun and pawn had one for pretty cheap. It was a post, what do you call it? Post mail one, I think it was called. I think those are pretty neat. They're the 30 caliber little thingy. Actually, I think I got one sitting up here. They look like, where you at, buddy? This. Here's one. I found it. They look like that. That's a 30 out of a 30 M1 carbine. Made in 43, that shell. That's an old shell. M1 carbine. Those are named. Yeah, I like them too. Yeah, this shell's made in 43. Wow, that's an old shell. That was during World War II this shell was made. These old military ones, they put a date on them. See, it says 43. That's cool. So yeah, I'm sorry. It's hard for me to answer that question. I don't actually have any technical, those are carbines, but a legit carbine, I guess, they call that M38 an actual carbine, the Mosin Nagant. So technically I have one for a fact. These saddle guns, that one there is technically a carbine too. I do like that one, that 7.62 by 54R. I even have some silver tip that I found at the local, a bag full of 50 of them, I think it was 100 at my local swap meet. So yeah, and then my favorite handgun that I own, or in general that I own, I really like my TTI 9mm that I've done some shorts with. It's so nice. My double stack Thesis is pretty nice. I really like that 45 ACP that's on the table there, that one right there. It's a Springfield. It's a mil-spec M1, I guess they call it, or A1. What does it say on it? An A1. But yeah. Looks like we've been dwindling between 3 and 7 people back and forth. Yeah. Now, I guess we'll see if my subs stay. It seemed like we had maybe one bot in here. All the rest, I think, were legit people. Let's see if I can find that guy. It was so long ago. It was like when I first started. But yeah, the original question for the chat was what you cook for Labor Day. I don't think that guy's on here anymore. So long ago. Some weird name. It wasn't Artsy Fartsy. It was another one. I've seen Artsy Fartsy before. He might be a troll, but oh, here it is. Mendina's 1994. He said no balls. That was the only one, I think, that was a troll. Seems like there's no wrong answers. You got a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, that's true. That's what makes it hard too, because since I have so many calibers and oddball stuff, it's like, how do I answer that question? I repair old double barrels, and it kind of makes you get an attachment to them. You really like them. I have all these old revolvers that are break tops that are oddball. They're 32 long Colt, hard to find. I found some shells, so I'll reload some. They're like 38 Smith & Wesson, 32 Smith & Wesson. They're cool little guns, but it's like, yeah, they're neat. Now, I can get them for cheap, and most of them are pre-1899, so I can get them shipped right to my door here in Arizona. Don't have to do FFL because they're considered an antique. Well, let's see. We're almost an hour and 40 minutes in. We're at 10:38 here. I'll probably wind down here just because it's getting later, as well as we only have 2 people in the chat. It's been bouncing back and forth and just getting lower and lower. So, guys, if you're still in the chat, I appreciate you coming by. and for double tapping that screen. And those who subscribed, we went up from 269, 270, somewhere around there, to 282. So we got 10 or 12. Let's see how that stays. So I like it that I have a counter, because then I can prove to YouTube visually while I'm doing the live it going up, and as we're making comments, obviously it does it. So like I have total proof that I went up to 310, and I've got other things that alerted me that said congratulations to 300. Anyway, so yeah, guys, thanks for coming by. Thanks for stopping by to Desert Army and More, where we do gun content, talking about guns, taking guns apart, what we can legally on shorts and whatever nots, and all sorts of stuff. We do shorts of hiking. We're hopefully going to do some shorts of dove hunting here the next week or two. And in mid-November, we got a deer hunt coming. So hopefully get some content there. Thank you. Yeah, you too. Thank you. Well, I got to get off too. Yeah, no problem. Glad to meet you all. See you soon. Have a great night. Stay strapped. Yep. And by the way, we do lives. We try to at 6 o'clock p.m. Arizona time every day. Unfortunately, we were not able to do that today because YouTube was giving us problems. So we finally were able to get on at 9 p.m. Arizona time. So that's why I'm very thankful for those who showed up. We do have 5 people in the chat now, but unfortunately we are winding down. So if you like the stuff, double tap the screen and subscribe. Yeah, so if you want to come back tomorrow, we usually try to do it 6 o'clock Arizona time, Mountain Standard, but we do not have daylight savings time. You got to remember that. So we're technically California time right now in the spring, and as soon as fall comes, we're an hour ahead because we always stay the same. But anyways, thank you so much for coming by. Desert Army and More. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Trust God in those times of uncertainty instead. Thank you all so much for coming by again. Till next time. See y'all later, guys.